Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Yes guys, we are uploading a ton right now, so make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Obviously it helps out. And yeah, today's video is going to be super interesting. We have like a couple more things coming out about FIFA 23, but the main thing is that right now it's not been confirmed amongst many people, right? Like a lot of you guys are getting your leaks from specific Twitter leakers. And I actually stumbled upon this from my friend in real life and gaming. He plays FIFA. He DM'd me and he said, "Dude, check this out. I don't know if this is legit." So I looked into it a little bit, right? And basically, when you translate the tweet, it's not super helpful. But I looked into it a little bit more and spoke with FUT Z5 on Twitter. Obviously, I don't speak Arabic, so I'm not able to truly understand a lot of the discussion that was going on in the comments down below. But I spoke to him a little bit, and basically, there right now has been confirmation that you can play multiplayer FUT champs in FIFA 23. So it's not that first of all has not been leaked by anybody. I haven't seen that been talked about by one person in any of the any community. I've not seen that be talked about at all. So when I saw this, I was really interested and I wanted to get to the bottom of it. Basically, there was a YouTube video made by one of the EA Arabic ambassadors, and in this video, he said,
في الفوت شامبيونز السماح بمالتي بلاير ايوه
okay,
الخبر
so
الاكيد
FUT Champs, basically, FUT Champs is going to be, there's going to be a multiplayer option. Now, I spoke with FUT Z5 on Twitter even further, and I was like, look, can we get a little bit more, like, do you know a little bit more about it? Like, do you know anything, right? Because in the video, the EA ambassador, which I would trust an EA ambassador very heavily. I think it's quite translative to somebody that, you know, really promotes and represents EA, not necessarily working there. But my question was, okay, is it going to be an option where in like Rivals, for example, right? When you go ahead and search, you got matchmaking solo, and you can do this, right? Play against solo or co-op opponents only. And obviously, there's going to be this crazy like EA social tab next year. Now, if you guys don't know what that is already, there's like a crazy new looking format of the menu. I've seen it in the beta. It's very different, right? It's like a very fast way of navigating. It's almost like a BattleNet friend thing, right? Where you're going to open it up, and instead of this whole menu on the R2, you'll have a lot easier of a way to invite people that you want to play with. So because EA had added that into the game, I thought, okay, there's probably going to be a little bit more with like friendly stuff. I just don't know exactly what. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the unknown now, right? Is it going to be a situation where you can turn it off, right? And so like for a normal person going into the champs, let's say you're not playing with a partner, right? Can you just put it on solo like it is in Rivals, right? I have it on solo in Rivals because honestly, there's nothing worse than playing two people. I don't like playing 1v2. I just don't like it. Because there would be a large difference between that being like a lazy addition into the game and an awesome addition into the game would be if you had a separate tab on this Rivals Champions and then it said, you know, duo champs or co-op champs. That would be ideal. If you had another tab to the right of champions that said that, right? And it gave like different rewards, different games. Maybe it's less games. And so that is going to be like the real interesting mystery here. But from what we know, multiplayer champs is going to be in the game, right? You've got multiplayer rivals. You still, now if I'm going to take a guess, because we still don't have multiplayer rivals as a separate tab, I think it's probably going to be included in the main tab, and I think many people are just going to put it on solo. But it does make for some interesting content, I suppose, right? Like I think there's an argument where if you do play FIFA year round, whether you're a creator or not, maybe if that is an option, then a lot of people go ahead and make like Road to Glories that are co-op. I would really enjoy doing that, like making another account just like to have 2v2 only, right? So you do the 2v2 champs. And I actually think for EA, if they do end up going down the road of making it a whole separate mode, what they could do that would actually be really smart is not have it be on the weekend, right? Have it be like in the weekdays when there's way less happening on FUT. Because if you think about it, from like Monday to Thursday, in the beginning of the game, obviously there's a lot happening. But towards the end, there's less happening. So I think to fill that kind of period of time where like not much is happening on the game, it would be incredible to have it in the like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even if it was less games. I know for me, because we're hearing that multiplayer champs is going to be in the game next year, I'm definitely going to have multiple accounts, right? Because I'm going to be, that alone is going to make me want to play the game way more. And I hope EA can start to see that. I think that they've added the 2v2, like 2v1 system in Rivals, but they really haven't polished it since they brought it out 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to see potentially if EA can sort it out. I guess some other question marks we might have is like rewards. If it's obviously like put into the normal champs situation, then rewards are going to be the exact same. But if they do it in a separate mode or like a separate way of kind of tallying it from the solo, maybe you get 2 champs, then obviously I think the rewards would also be separate, right? I would say if it's a separate mode, you should get rewarded pretty much the same way. So you should potentially be able to get double rewards. I mean, I feel like for playing the game that much, you should be able to get double rewards if you really play that much. So looking forward to that. I think this is like incredible news. It's like a super early on leak. Hopefully it's true, right? Hopefully it's true. I wouldn't really like put it out for you guys if I feel like it didn't have a good chance of happening. When you see an EA ambassador come out and say that there's going to be multiplayer in FUT Champs, I'm going to go ahead and trust it. And I think, to be honest, out of all the things that have been leaked so far about FIFA 23, I think EA have done a pretty good job, right? Like, we do not know anything about any of the modes, right? That's the one disappointment I had. If you guys watch my video, FIFA 23 looks bleak, I sat there and said, you guys literally changed nothing, right? They added FUT moments, and that was it, right? They didn't change FUT draft. Didn't look like they changed rivals. Most years when we get the new FIFA, EA comes out with like a little bit of a pitch notes or something, and they discuss that they've added a new mode, what it's going to look like. Obviously, they revamped Rivals last year. So usually they put in some effort. And actually, I probably should have seen it as a good sign potentially for this, because I think this is what a lot of people want the most is multiplayer FUT Champs. And because we didn't really get any edits with anything else, we probably should have suspected that EA got something, they're working on like this that was going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to see what happens. I spoke again a little bit more with FUT Z5. He doesn't know. He has no idea what it really means, because I basically went to him and I was like, look, is it going to be like Rivals, or is it going to be like a separate mode, where if you go into that mode, you have to play 2v2. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. All we know right now is that multiplayer champions is going to be an option. It's going to be a thing potentially in FIFA 23. When we know more about it, I will tell you guys more about it. Other than that, a lot of other stuff coming out about FIFA 23. All of these ratings, guys, that were leaked, I made a video kind of talking about these ratings the other week. All of them that were leaked were all accurate, right? So this kind of whole leak that we had the other week, a lot of people were looking into it, right? Because FIFA 23 was actually released on Xbox for a couple of hours, which within itself is kind of freaking insane. I don't really still know how EA managed to mess that up. I think it was a Microsoft thing is what they said. But every player that was actually released, guys, all the ratings were accurate. So yes, Messi does have 81 pace. De Bruyne has 74 pace. Benzema did get that pace upgrade. And Mbappe was initially supposed to be a 93 in this game. I think what's really interesting is we have slowly seen EA try to scale down some of the top ratings in recent years. We've had so many years of like Ronaldo and Messi, potentially 93, 94, 92. So it's interesting to see that EA is kind of moving the higher rated players down. I think what it really enables EA to do is, number one, give a lot of informs. And number two, I think it really extends like the life cycle of the game, right? If they can do more promos, if the base ratings are all a bit lower, it does make sense in the long run. So yeah, very interesting with the ratings. I think it's interesting to see VVD got a huge pace upgrade this year. Ronaldo, obviously, a bit of a pace downgrade there too, and down to 90 rated. So yeah, those are really cool. Once the watch is going to be a huge, huge thing, guys. Obviously, in the beginning of this FIFA, I would say that they're going to do 2 different teams. They've been doing this recently where they kind of do like 2 separate teams, guys, and we will definitely be seeing that. I expect like almost all of these players, at least on the most expensive transfer, to get in. There's like a chance that some of the players that transfer a little bit later don't get a once to watch card, like Anthony and Fofana potentially, but I still highly doubt that. I think they'll get in. I think EA know that once to watch early on is a huge potential for them to make money. And honestly, if you think about it, this year's once to watch is going to be really, really good. Chouameni is going to be a good base card. Fofana, Anthony, right? Anthony's got the skills. Nunez, Casemiro, not the best, but Isak is always an incredible starter card, guys, in FIFA. Like, that's going to be a good card. De Ligt is going to be a good card with the Bayern links. Cucurella, maybe not so much. Haaland on the beta was literally insane. and then Richarlison and Rafinha giving you guys those Brazil vibes. And like, yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are always really good starter cards. Isak doesn't get necessarily the love that he always probably should get because of La Liga maybe, and then nationality links or club links. But 4-star, 5-star, high low at 6'4" coming into the Prem. These types of taller and faster strikers in the beginning of FIFA are always incredible. I remember how good in the beginning of last FIFA, Haaland and Lukaku were literally crazy. Like, those guys were genuinely broken at the start of FIFA. Everybody was using them. Everybody was sending in through balls. Everybody was just absolutely destroying with those two players. And you know what? Isak comes with flair and outside foot shot traits. So you take a look at a lot of these guys pre-upgrade, and a lot of them are really, really good cards, right? So these will be really nice ones to watch cards to have. I think Rafinha is going to get a lot of informs this year with the way he's been playing with Barca. A lot of assists. If you take a look at all these players, I think all these players are going to get a lot of informs. I mean, Rafinha, Haaland. I think Nunes is going to get scoring again. I mean, Tchouaméni for Madrid, if you haven't watched Madrid yet this season, he's been like one of their best players. Like, the guy's gone into the lineup. He's getting like an 8.5 rating every game. So he's going to get man of the matches. He's going to get informs. The one thing I will say that's a bit disappointing with ones to watch in recent years, EA just kind of decided in the last couple of years, somewhere down the line, that they're just going to decide who gets Team of the Week and who doesn't. I do feel like in the past, ones to watch Team of the Weeks and special items were a lot more like organized and structured in a way, whereas now they're just super random. EA really kind of decide. Like, we've seen times where like Mbappe or Neymar or someone like that gets 3 or 4 goals and EA just decide, nah, we're not going to give an inform because he had a card, the other week. And I'm not the largest fan of that. I feel like if a player really plays well and scores a lot of goals and assists potentially, they should just get a Team of the Week. It's like, end of story. That's how I think it should work. So that part about it's been a bit annoying. But other than that, looking forward to ones to watch. There's going to be obviously a lot of other cards besides these players, but these are some of the more expensive players, and I'm really looking forward to it. I guess the one crazy thing that I haven't really gone over that's FIFA 23 related, that a lot of you guys may have not seen, is that they're actually updating chemistry. So when they first kind of released this whole new chemistry system and everything related to it, a lot of people sat there and were like, dude, I'm really confused. I don't know what's going on. It seems too crazy. The chemistry system is a little bit crazy, guys. It's a lot different this year, and they've made a couple updates, right? So now, let me read through this with you guys. So players can earn up to 3 chemistry points by having players of the same nation, league, club in your starting 11. Positional links have been completely removed. Players that preferred in alternate positions, the loyalty system is removed. So adding players to your starting 11 of the same nationality, club, and league will earn chemistry by reaching thresholds. So, when you take a look at it, right? Mbappe would give you 1 PSG, 1 France, and 1 League One. So now what EA have done is that I believe if you have 3 players from PSG in your club, they all get 3 chem in your starting 11. If you have 3 players from France in your starting 11, they I think they all get, like, this part is really confusing. So let's see. So Kimpembe, right? So Kimpembe. No, that's not how it goes. You will only need 1 additional player from the same club or nationality to unlock the first point of chemistry. Matching both club and nationality will give 2 chemistry. Okay, so like because Kimpembe and Mbappe same club, same nationality, that will give them 2 chemistry. It's still, the whole thing is still a little bit confusing. The whole thing is still a little bit confusing though. I will say, like, EA, this is going to be an interesting year with chemistry. To get 3 chemistry, guys, you need to have 7 players from the same club. You need to have 8 players from the same nationality. You need to have 8 players from the same league. 2 chem is a lot less. To get 2 chem, you have to get 5 players from the same nation, 5 players from the same league. But this whole thing is still a little bit crazy. I gotta say, it's still a little bit crazy. So the best way that I like to look at it is that you could do 8 players from the same nation, 8 players from the same league. All those players would get 3 chem, either or. And then what you could probably try to do is potentially do like maybe 3 players from like the same club and have those players, and maybe you get full chem that way. I don't know. This is going to be one whole mystery within itself. And then also, chemistry styles have also been nerfed. I kind of wanted to talk about this because I just didn't get to talk about it. But chemistry styles, guys, are looking like a lot less in this upcoming year. Obviously, it's hard to see, but when you take a look at it, like on 3 chem now, a hunter and a catalyst and a shadow only give 8 acceleration and 8 sprint speed. In this FIFA, it's been 10. So just so you guys know, they've actually nerfed it a bit with the pace. I think I kind of like it. Anchor's only 4. I think it's going to be better towards the end of the game. because I think you're going to have a lot more players. Like when you get those like higher rated 80 and lower rated 90 stats, it's going to be a bit more unique. But I think in the start of the game, it's going to give like a huge upper hand to anyone who has like a bit more pace or high shooting. It's going to be a huge benefit to the players, I believe, that have the better, kind of base stats in the beginning of the game. So that is going to be something to watch out for. Other than that, guys, there really hasn't been too many leaks coming out about FIFA 23. It has been very quiet since we had those initial, initial kind of spark of like the game got leaked and everything like that. So it will be really interesting to see. There's about 3 weeks left till the game comes out. And, other than like ratings, which have already been leaked, it's going to be interesting to see how EA decide to kind of roll out their top 100 ratings. I mean, they have to know that everybody already knows all the ratings in the game. So I'm very much looking forward to see how EA go about that. And also, guys, if you want to go on EA's Twitter, there is a vote for the Serie A Player of the Month. This just came out yesterday. I voted. I voted for Dybala. But to be honest, like based on Serie A, I would probably say Vlahovic or Kvar on Napoli. He's been crazy. So I would say probably one of those two. But I'm voting based on FIFA. Who does not want a first month, Paulo Dybala, guys, in the game? Come on, man. Paulo Dybala comes with all the traits. Who doesn't want it? I don't know. If you don't want that card, you're crazy. You are literally crazy. Where's Dybala? I've already benched him. Okay, so maybe he's not that good. Guys, thanks for watching my video today. I appreciate you guys, man. Much love to all you guys supporting. And let's go, man. Almost FIFA 23 time. So see you guys in a video later. Enjoy the Champions League. Peace.